So, my name is Ken Johnson, and my foundation, Family Foundation, is the Albert and Willie Lee Johnson Family Foundation. Came up with this idea, and we were so fortunate enough that we ran into an organization called AMVETS, who has really started to help us out tremendously, and they have a wonderful, they're doing so many wonderful things, and we're going to introduce the Commander Helen Wong, and she's going to talk a little bit about AMVETS, and here's her. Give her a hand, please.
Ken really paved and opened the door for us. AMVETS Post 34 is an old veterans group. We've been in existence since 1960, but nobody really knew about AMVETS. It's probably one of the veterans groups that nobody's ever heard about. Okay, if you say AMVETS, American Veterans, who do you think of? American Legion, VFW, everybody except AMVETS. Yet, we're coming on strong. We're probably the fourth largest veterans group in the nation. We are a congressionally chartered veterans group. And we've been in existence since 1946, shortly after World War II ended. So primarily, most of the AMVETS posts in the beginning were World War II veterans. But now, here we are in the 21st century, and as things are evolving, a lot of our World War II veterans have passed on, and it's up to us to carry on the legacy of our forefathers. And I'm a second generation Army veteran, and just happened that way. Not that I like the Army so much, but it was the one with the shortest tour of duty here, shortest commitment. But in AMVETS San Francisco, we are committed to helping veterans. And at this time, we are always looking for projects. Some of the projects we've been involved with recently is called the Veterans Helping Veterans TV series. And Ken has been nice enough to help us with doing a videotaping. But our District 4 commander, who is a member of POST, has been involved with taping different veterans issues for about 15, 16 years. And recently she's gotten grants from the AMVETS Service Foundation, which enables her to do more shows and be able to take it on the road. So the last 2 years she's been able to go wherever we've had veterans conventions, different events, and do some videotaping. The most current project she's been working on is the Whole Vets Fitness Program, and you'll probably meet one of our, well actually she's a founder, she's a member of my post. It was her concept, and she brought it to fruition, and that she's getting veterans fit, and with collaboration with Club One and PMAX, Performance Max, as partners. So you'll be seeing it soon. They're working on finishing the filming production, and the other nice thing is the Veterans Helping Veterans TV series is on Blip TV. If you Google Blip TV and go to Veterans, you'll find the shows that Cheryl Schaefer has produced. And the other thing too, PEG Media is the other government access channel that now her shows are being shown nationwide. And without grants from AMVETS, it wouldn't have been possible. Okay, so look for some of these shows to be seen on PEG Media too. Recently, I met a young Marine, former Marine, and he had come to our Veterans Employment Committee meeting, and what he presented to us just kind of hit us right in the middle of our core. And I'd like to introduce our newest AMVETS member. He joined AMVETS, just recently. But Jerome has a concept that I think that, for the younger veterans, we're looking at employment, we're looking at training, we're looking at a way of sustaining Earth and just making life better for everyone involved. So I'd like to bring Jerome on. And Jerome Bahai, okay, and I'd like you to talk about what you came to us with and how we can help you take your concept from a concept to all the way to fruition too. Okay?
Thank you, Helen. My name is Jerome Bahai. I am the president of the Veterans Club at Skyline College. I also sit on the Congresswoman Spears Veteran Advisory Committee. One thing I noticed when I was talking with my veterans at my college is they're worried about the future. They're worried about the jobs that are disappearing and that are never coming back. And they are currently taking classes. I have veterans that are going for nursing degrees and degrees like that. And right now the hospitals aren't hiring. I have veterans going for criminal justice, just as the departments, fire departments and police departments are cutting back. So there's a lot of worry for my veterans. So as the president, I decided to look around and look for programs that could create jobs for veterans that haven't been created yet. And that's when I came across the electric car program. So I decided to start up an electric car program. Right now, the phase that we're in with the electric car program is, first off, we have to have the technology. Do we have the technology for electric cars right now? And the answer is we do. Electric cars right now are traveling 300 miles on one charge. The cost to charge that is $2 for one charge. We also have charging stations all over the peninsula. If you go on Google and you look around the map and you do a quest for electric charging stations, you'll see that there are hundreds of charging stations on the peninsula. So, is the technology there? Yes. Some people have problems also with the battery technology and the charging times. Well, you know, it's easy to go in, get some gas, easy to leave the gas station. Well, we're finding new ways to solve those problems as well. Right now, the charging stations, it'll take about 2 hours to charge for a 300-mile distance, which is you know, fairly decent. Right now, they're working on a lithium titanate battery that charges in 10 minutes. So, do we have the technology now? Yes, we do. The electric car program that I'm starting up is the Skyline Veterans Club program. And the School of Skyline has volunteered to let us use their facilities. We also have a phase now that we're working on internships. The training program that we have in place right now lasts for 16 weeks. This program will teach veterans how to, all the technology they need to how to convert electric cars, how the current electric cars work, the Chevy Volt, the Nissan Leaf, the Tesla Roadster. So the technology training that the veterans will receive from this program will help the veterans to obtain jobs in a market that hasn't even been created yet. I mean, it's barely getting off the ground right now. So right now I'm working on a program it's a 16-week training program. Veterans are paid for. Tuition is free. There is a free HP laptop, and we will have a stipend. Currently, we're applying for a Department of Labor grant, and if we get that grant, of course, the stipend will be very considerable, and veterans will be able to live off that stipend while they take the course. Just from the pledges that I've had from nonprofit groups right now, the stipend stands at $900 a month. So we want to increase that. We're working to increase that stipend. Another thing we're working on is to make it easier for veterans to, instead of just get this training and then to go around and shop around for jobs, I'm working on getting a program to where veterans can intern with these companies while they're taking the course. To intern at Tesla, to intern at Nissan, to intern at GM technician shops while they're taking the course at Skyline. So this way you don't have to go look for a job afterwards. You're actually already working with these companies. You're working for them for free in the meantime. But then at the end of the training, you'll know exactly what they expect and they'll know exactly if they want you to work for them. So it's a great program that I'm trying to put in place right now. What are the obstacles to this idea? What are the obstacles to this program? Well, funding and money. So we have the Department of Labor grant that we're applying for right now. I've already spoken with Voc Rehab, Board of California. They love the idea. We're going to Sacramento next month to also get it approved for Voc Rehab. We also have nonprofit groups that are also willing to donate. We also have groups like AMVETS, groups like the Marine Corps League and American Legion, who are prepared to come in and help us as well. I have another gentleman coming down from San Ramon. I forgot what group he represents, but he specifically pays, he has a program where he bets on veterans, and he pays for veterans education out of his own pocket. We have a lot of people who are willing to help veterans. Who qualifies for this? All veterans from all eras. So right now we have the post 9/11 GI Bill for the Iraq and Afghanistan folks, but this one will be for all eras: Korea, Vietnam, even peacetime. So it doesn't matter. If you're a veteran, we're going to get you in this course. Finally, on April 22nd, we have a Earth Day event, and we have approximately a 550-seat theater that we're going to fill. Our keynote speaker is Congresswoman Jackie Speier. We also have Felix Kramer. He's an electric car technician specialist. He's going to be there. We also have a speaker from Clean Tech Institute who has been training people right now for the electric car industry, and they train people safely. So that's the biggest concern that we have right now. So if we look at all the obstacles that are in front of us, we have problems with the obstacles that are in front of us is the politics there behind us? Is the money there behind us? Do we have the training and the equipment? Do we have the veterans behind us? Do we have the training institutions to conduct this training safely? Well, I think I just answered all those questions, yes. We have a congresswoman, we have Skyline College, we have Clean Tech Institute performing safe training, we have AMVETS, we have American Legion, and now we have all these funding grants that we're applying for. So, as well as the scholarships. So before you leave today, I'm going to be here. If you could sign a petition to help us with our grant that we're applying for at this time. Also, I'd like to register whoever's interested on the April 22nd day to show up to RSVP. Already I have 145 seats filled. And there's only 550. So if you RSVP now, we still have CSM College, City San Francisco, Cañada that are coming. We have all of these colleges coming. So if you could stop by my desk over there in the back and RSVP with me, sign the petition for the Department of Labor grant, and also to sign up right now. I have the registration, the e-forms right now for you to register to save your seat for this course. And if you can't take it right now, it doesn't matter. Your name will be in the database, and you'll be able to take the course at any time, whenever you have time. If you're already currently in classes, or if you're currently employed and you don't have time to take it now, still register, because we're going to save you a seat. And basically, that's how the program goes. Do I ask questions?
No, but I just want to say now, this is the stimulus package. This is the kind of stuff that'll put America back by hiring the people who have already served this country, showed their patriotism already. Giving these skills to veterans who are already trained to take orders. I mean, to accomplish a goal. The goal is to change cars, gas guzzling cars into electric cars. That's brilliant. That's brilliant, man. So make sure you fill out If you're interested, make sure you fill out the paperwork. And those viewers that are watching, is there a website? Thank you very much, sir. Okay, we want to thank Food Not Bombs. Did we talk about Food Not Bombs yet? Oh, you want to talk a little bit about that? Food Not Bombs, yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. My name's Harry Prine. I'm a veteran and an artist, and I'm really excited to be here. I want to thank everyone for being here. People for providing this space for us, for sure. Thank you to them. Thank you to everyone who is working on projects. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and there's a lot of people doing stuff, and we all know why we're here today, and it's important that we're here. These are like exciting times that we're living in, and that's why we're here. And I want to thank Food Not Bombs for providing food for us, and give our friend Irish. Would you like to say something about Food Not Bombs? Mission? Food Not Bombs is a group that's doing a lot of great work around the city. They have a long history, and they're sharing food with the community all the time.
Thank you, Harry. I'm a volunteer for Food Not Bombs. We're all volunteers, and I'm also a veteran. Was in military prison for 8 months, so I know how certain things you can be a veteran, but you can't get benefits for. Food Not Bombs shares food with anybody at any time, and I'm really glad to be connected with Veterans for Peace and veterans with artists, because I've been working with people from the community that might not have homes, this and that, and they're really doing some great outreach, doing some good stuff, and that's more of the type of things Food Not Bombs would do. We're all patriotic in our own sense, but who's to tell who is what we do? Or some groups do different things, and we are against the war. As veterans sharing with Food Not Bombs, seriously against the war, and we'd love to do with veterans in the future, for sure. Thank you.
I'm going to introduce veteran artists now. Just before that, I just want to take a moment to think about where we're at, think about the history of the land that we're on, and what has gone on, and think about the origin and the original inhabitants of this land, and the history of communities on this land, and the history of militarism on this land, and the impact of militarism on communities. And within that, we all know that there is a great need for expression, and there is a great need for healing. And introducing Veteran Artists. Veteran Artists is a group that sees art as a place where people can express themselves wherever they come from, something that may not be translate into language, a way to express feelings, express what's going on, and to move forward with that. And I myself, as a veteran, am an artist. I'm very excited about this presentation and hope that we are able to do much more work within this building and with all the veterans groups here. And there's Matt Edwards and Stephen Funk. We also want everyone to sort of have an art experience and sort of feel that for themselves while they're here today. So we're going to pass out paper and pencils, and if people just want to write, maybe just how they feel now, or draw something, do whatever they want.
That's cool.
With something.
Cool.
Yes, that's right.
I'll just pass mine. Sure. My name is Stephen Funk. I've been working with veterans since I joined the military in 2002. I had a very short history with the military. Basically, right away, I started protesting the war, and I also came out publicly as a gay man. And afterwards, I was in prison. So I helped start Iraq Veterans Against the War, and in 2004, and so we're coming from a different perspective than a lot of people in this building, but we've worked with Veterans for Peace, We also know about the kind of contention going on in this building between the Arts Commission and the veterans groups. We see Veterans Artists as a way to bridge the two groups, to increase collaboration between veterans and artists. A lot of people leave the military with rigid ideas about how you're supposed to act and how you're supposed to be, and from the way military training is. And so this is a way to break down some of that behavior.
Thanks, Steve. My name is Matthew Edwards. I was in the United States Marine Corps. After a pretty bad injury, I was discharged. And about a year after that, I started to work with veterans groups, and long story short, here I am. And so for a number of years, a lot of groups have gone in the classic activism approach, where people are going to protest and try to explain what they're not with this sort of anti-politics. And we came up with a different idea. This isn't anything new. People have been using art to express themselves since art has been around. But we are tailoring veteran artists to meet the need of people who want to be reintegrated to communities and want to move past some of their traumas that they've experienced. So, veteran artists. We define art very broadly. Cooking, art. Drawing, art. Dance, singing, music, anything. Anything that you can put creative energy behind, we define as art. Now, we live in a world where we need to work to survive. You gotta put food on the table, you have to have a roof over your head, and there isn't much time. There isn't much money to devote to the arts. So, Veteran Artists has partnered with the Intersection of the Arts, which is a very long-lasting San Francisco nonprofit, to start building these connections so we can offer free or art classes at scholarship prices. You know, we can actually like pay for people to get training. And what kind of training are we talking about? How is this helpful? Well, we have one continuing program. It's called Make Drag Not War. It's sort of like food not violence.
Yeah.
Now, what's the idea behind it? The idea is that we're putting veterans out of their classic element, out of sort of where they feel comfortable into this new realm. And it's expressive, it's fun, it's a little silly, and that's the idea. And through dance, singing, and performance, we're able to bring people out of whatever shell that they've created around them. New friendships have been made. An amazing event has been put on annually for the past 2 years. People have laughed, there's been tears, there's been actual emotion coming from people's activities. And we have vets who are pre-9/11. We have vets who have served in Iraq and Afghanistan for 4 tours sometimes. We have vets who have been victims of sexual assault. We have vets who have had to deal with suicides, either their own attempted suicide or the suicides of their closest friends. And we feel that with something as simple as paper, pens, ink, paint, a little bit of music classes, glass blowing classes, metalworking classes, art installation, that people are able to express themselves in a way they haven't been able to do it previously. Now, what are our limitations? There are a couple. Things are expensive these days, we know that. But we've already begun partnering with the institutions that we need to. There are literally dozens and hundreds of artists in the Bay Area who want to work with veterans. Why? Well, veterans have experiences. And these experiences, when translated through art, can be beautiful. Sometimes sad, but always beautiful. And we have other institutions who are willing to connect veterans with community groups. So we're already bridging this gap. We're bridging sort of what is classically thought of as veterans to what is classically thought of as the community. And we're bringing those two groups together for actual healing, for actual connection. Now, another one of our limitations is actually space. And that's one of the reasons why we're here. This is an amazing building, a huge building. And we, as veteran artists, need to have a location for veterans to come, to meet the community, to build their art, to make their art, to have workshops, to have classes. And so we, and thanks to Harry, who, had come here previously, met with a lot of you folks, and told us about this amazing opportunity. So we wanted to present it to you. Really thank you for your time, and we would love to open it up to questions or comments. And if there are any veteran artists sort of here now who want to take a moment or two to talk about their connection to art and their veteran experience, we'd love to have them come up and just say a few words. So I don't know, Harry, do you want to? Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly. Thank you both for this, for sure. I myself, I'm a veteran and an artist, as I said before. I have an art installation. I do installation art, which is very large art, and I don't often get a chance to practice that. I would love to have space in this building to do something like that. There are so many projects that could be like started up and getting off the ground immediately. As soon as tomorrow, and increasing activity in this building and bringing more veterans in and bringing more art in and more excitement and more community. And, there's just no limit, and I'm just very thankful for this and thankful for everyone being here. And if anyone knows how we can obtain space, has ideas about that today, it would be great to directly after this, if someone can talk to us and come to us about how we can do that. And anyone else?
Can I jump in?
Yes, please.
I'm so glad to hear that you consider art as a means of therapy, because I'm an occupational therapist by trade, and I'm Army trained occupational therapist.
Right.
And when I first got in the field, I got into the field because we use art, we use music, we use cooking. I mean, that's one of my main things that we do for therapy. When I worked in the PTSD program, the National Center, that was my dream job. That I had like wide open. Whatever I wanted to do, I could use art, I could use music, whatever, cooking.
Right.
But that was one of my most probably popular groups. For stress management, relaxation, for money management, time management. We did it all. And to see that you guys are still, that's still a concept that's still great. And to carry it on, I'm so grateful for you to come, that you're here. And
Thank you very much. We have another person, Huey Fortune is here. He's gonna change up the pace.
I today want to interject, start with a little African folklore. So, you know what I mean? About Europe history, around 5,000 to 10,000. The Oriental history goes back about 20,000, but we're going back further than that. We're going back about 35,000 years ago. In the middle of the Sahara, when man has began to make his move upon the earth. So as man began to take his dominion over the earth, well, that upset the animal kingdom.